Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel here. My name's Christiana Davidson. I'm a psychotherapist and I'm a hypnotherapist. And on this channel, we discuss all about the impacts of dysfunctional family systems, particularly narcissistic ones, on adults. And we really get into sort of the nitty-gritties of the impact of that early childhood trauma, the attachment wound, as you'll have heard about, because that's where all of our symptoms, all of your symptoms in your life stem from. Well, that's my belief anyway. And the topic today now is all about the battle between confidence, self-confidence, and shame. And we could say self-shame. Now, in the hypnotherapy group online experience that's happening at the beginning of October the 8th, 15th, and 22nd, which I'm hosting, this is going to be a key aspect of the work we do together. And if you want to know more about that, just check out my website, www.delightinyou.com. Okay, so the battle between confidence, self-confidence, and shame. And when it comes to healing, like I say, this is at the heart of it. This is at the crux of it. Why? Because what we're dealing with here is the battle between your authentic self and the internalized narcissistic parent. The internalized narcissistic parent that shames you. So you may feel yourself that there's sort of a bit of a battle that goes on inside of you. On the one hand, wanting to be confident and stepping into it at times and feeling confident, but then at other times, or maybe at the same time, there's this sort of nagging, almost feels like a bit of a defense mechanism that's trying to drag you back into not being confident. So there's an assertive you that you know is within you, perhaps that has been maybe quite dormant, if you're more of a fawn response to trauma or a flight. And there may be, on the other hand, this shameful low self-esteem you that has sort of masked it. And this sort of shame versus confidence thing can sort of play out in our relationship with others. That it could be under the guise of sort of a sense of you sometimes feeling equal to others, or sometimes even better in some things, but then on the other hand, feeling less than them. And feeling unsafe with feeling equal to others, or being better at them than in some areas. So confidence and assertion is an unsafe feeling for many who come from dysfunctional backgrounds. However, the shameful part, the low self-esteem part, is perhaps more of a safer zone to be in. And so there's this battle then that rages between the two. So where does this come from? Well, when you come from a dysfunctional narcissistic home, where there was a parent with narcissistic personality disorder or borderline personality disorder, this instability of confidence, of affect, of feeling confident, in other words, is the norm, because it reflects the uncertainty in that attachment relationship, the primary attachment relationship, which is usually the mother. And that relationship was usually an on-off type one, you know, on 1 minute and then off the next. Mum was there 1 minute, she wasn't the next. She was happy 1 minute, she wasn't the next. She was, you know, full of love for you 1 minute and then discarding you the next. It was an uncertain, unsafe relationship. At times you felt confident in her love for you. you may have felt like she was looking at you with, big soppy eyes and, you know, adoring you. But that might switch unexpectedly to having her give you dirty looks, having her slam doors or shout or rage or project out onto you or show her hatred in some respects. So as a child, your experience of growing in your own confidence in yourself as acceptable and lovable as you are was an unsafe place, because it was liable that if you allowed yourself to just feel that and not question it, you would end up being shown up for being stupid to feel that about yourself. That you shouldn't have. You should have been more alert to what you were doing. You shouldn't have felt confident as a child in yourself. That was something that could lead you to being rejected, to being humiliated, actually, to being shown that you're not good enough and that you should never really think that. So one minute you feel mum is full of love for you and pleased with you. Perhaps maybe you've done something, that's pleasing to her, or you've met one of her demands. You've complied. So she's pleased with you. Or she may be full of supply. She may be feeling particularly confident herself. She's had attention from somebody else, and now, she's able to sort of be in a good mood enough to show that to you as well. Excuse me. These moments are the ones where you may have felt loved, like I said, and confident that you were acceptable. I mean, it was a nice feeling for sure, but it was uncertain because there were other moments where you were met with rage and dirty looks, etc. Or you may have been completely ignored at other times, given the silent treatment. And these things would often happen out of the blue. It would be mum's change in mood. Something's happened that, has left mum feeling low in self-esteem, or she's been triggered by something. But then you're the one that's made to feel guilty for it, that you're somehow shameful for being confident and, in a good mood. And those moments there where confidence suddenly is threatened by this unexpected shaming, these moments are so shameful for children. There's a total sudden deflation of your self-esteem, of your self-worth, and you begin to question what you didn't even realize you'd done wrong when you were confident there for a while. So what ensues here in later life is a continuation of this swinging between being confident in your own lovability, your own acceptability, your own capabilities, in your own person, in your own sort of self-esteem. There's an uncertainty in that, and you're always questioning it. It's not safe for me to just be confident. Who am I to be confident? Because others are going to pick out something sooner or later. I'll be shown that I shouldn't have been. And so many adults spend their lives backing away from moments of assertion, of being assertive, of being confident. That is the unsafe zone. And they tend then to keep themselves in the shame area, in the low esteem place. Even in their body posture, you can see it, the sort of shame body posture as opposed to the assertive one. And this is some of the key work we need to do you know, with those who've, like perhaps yourself, who've come from these backgrounds, you know, we've got to bring you to a point where you're able to embrace your confidence, your confident you, the assertive you. Um, and sure, you know, it can be a process of kind of going backwards and forwards, but what's needed is some courage in this. It's courage to step out into assertion. However scary that's going to be, it will be. But, you know, this is the only way. And often it's the things that scare us the most that hold the greatest fruits, the greatest treasures. And that's what I'm here to help you do, if you come from this sort of experience. If you're finding that there's this battle going on in you, you know, the desire to step up into your confidence, but then this strong inner critic on the other hand that comes in and, you know, trying to bring you back into that shame posture, into that low self-esteem place. I'm trying to think of a word place to describe it, but nothing's coming to mind at the moment. So, like I say, if this is something that you've been affected by and you find yourself afraid of being confident, do reach out, because these things can be dramatically shifted, particularly with hypnosis. And, you know, one of the first places you could start to get a taster for it would be in this online group hypnotherapy series that I'm doing in October. It's very reasonable. And it will give you an experience of hypnotherapy too, and working on your self-esteem. But apart from that, I also have the most powerful deep dive program that is designed for children, adults who were children of narcissistic parents or have a dysfunctional family system. You know, it's particularly designed for them. But to be honest, we all come from dysfunction. So if you're wanting to do a thorough job on yourself, do check out my website or book in for a free consultation on my Calendly link below. Okay, have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and don't be afraid to step up in your confidence. You have your back, and do it anyway, even if it is scary. Thanks, everyone. Bye.